You don't need a fancy camera to nail those night shots. With the right techniques, your smartphone can be a powerful tool for capturing the pulse of the city after dark. Today, I'm going to share my go-to tips and tricks for mastering mobile night street photography, including some camera settings I use and post-processing on Lightroom. This is Nagesh of NavEdits. Watch till the end for a bonus which can come in handy to you all. I thought I would share a few snapshots I have taken with my phone recently. The first couple were captured using my current go-to, the Pixel 8a. Such a solid performer in my opinion. As for the third one, that was actually shot on my old Pixel 2, which I still hang on to for some reasons, the free unlimited high quality photo storage saver being the main one. It's just easy to shoot night photos on mobiles nowadays. On Pixels, you got the night sight option. These night mode settings can be called in different names in different brands, so you need to check them out. Make sure you have the grid switched on for better composition. Though a lot of times you don't have much time to snap, especially if you want to snap for the right picture. So just snap as much as you want. You can correct the composition during post-processing, which I'll show you later in one of my edits. And now to the editing process. I've imported these to Lightroom app. We'll start with some basic light correction in the light menu. Trying here to get all the details by increasing the exposure for overall brightness. We'll also decrease the highlights. This gets back more details in the brighter areas. Likewise, increasing shadows for details in the darker areas. Don't want it to be too contrasty for now. So we'll decrease the whites, which actually affects the brightest parts of the image. Also increasing the blacks just a bit. Now we'll move to the color menu. Here we will do individual color tuning, basically affecting only particular colors, in this case mainly blues and the yellows. Here you can notice cooler city lights affecting the color of the smoke too. Starting here with blue, moving the hues towards cyans. You can tune the saturation, which affects the intensity of the color to your liking. Checking to see if there are any greens in the image. Now to the yellows, moving the hues towards orange. We'll try moving oranges, which mainly affects this grilled chicken, more towards red, which gives them pop. Color grading again can be a personal preference. Trying if adding some greens gives the shadows a different shade of cyans. Gives an overall different look to the image. Sharpness gives the food pictures more pop, especially if it is applied selectively. For that, in the detail menu, we'll be using the masking slider. Sliding with 2 fingers gives you a visual cue on where the effect will be applied, that is on the white parts. Now adding sharpness to these white areas. After this, I'm going to add some contrast with the curves tool in the light menu. Pulling down the shadows and increasing brightness to the highlights. Before and after, you can see the difference. Cropping image can remove distractions. We'll show you how this affects in my later edit. I have another image with a more wider angle. We'll just copy these edits or settings and paste it here. Crop the image for a better looking composition. This shot is from a different angle and it is all over the place with a ton of distractions. First thing I will do is crop the image to something like this. This may still look weird, but we will do some edits which can fix this. The part on the left seems too bright. We'll reduce the overall exposure first. We'll make it just a bit contrasty by increasing whites and reducing blacks. Also tuning the highlights and shadows to my liking, mainly for the brighter look in the details. Increasing the overall vibrance. In the color menu, again tuning the blues more towards cyans, which changes the look of the image. Moving the yellow hues towards orange. Trying if there are reds, not affecting the image too much here. To remove the background distractions, I'm gonna use the blur tool. Just enabling it will connect this to the cloud for processing the depth map. So with the depth info, we can increase the blur further. You can toggle the mask icon to see the depth map. Seriously, an amazing tool. Here you see the difference. Gives a distinct look. Just breaking the rules of the composition here works sometimes. Using the detail menu to increase the sharpness for further pop. I will use a linear gradient at the bottom to make this part darker to hide more distractions on this corner. Applying some contrast with the tone curve. Why not change the blur style? I think bubble gives a more expensive look, like shooting in an expensive lens. Here's the before and after. This image was shot on Pixel 2 at a fair. You can get some nice silhouette ideas here for better composition. Starting by adding a different composition, going for vertical cropping here. Mainly want to get this man behind into the main composition. Auto straightening the image first, then centering the man himself. Correcting the overall exposure of the image with some little contrast by tuning whites and blacks first, then tuning the colors for the teal and orange look. Some selective sharpness in detail menu, adding vignette 2 with a soft feather. Again, the main thing I'm going for in this composition is the face. So with a radial mask applied on the face, I will brighten the area by increasing whites and highlights. We'll also increase the clarity in the effects menu. Adding a bit of haze by sliding the dehaze slider towards left, which gives a glowy look. Adding a bit of contrast with curves. We have compressed the image to get a better composition, though the original is not too bad if you take the time to get some post-processing going for that. I will leave the links for these images for you to try them out yourselves. Also a free preset going for this look. Hope you found the video useful. See you all soon. Take care.